people are saying Turo's dead. And I've been hearing this for like a year or two now. Turo's dead, Turo's dead. So, like, what does dead mean? Does dead means that if you list a car on Turo, people no longer book? Or does dead means that you can no longer make money on Turo? I don't know what exactly dead means, but if those are the definition of dead, then I could say that Turo is not dead, because I still do have cars on Turo. I'm selling cars, I'm adding cars. I've incorporated Turo as part of my business model overall. And for me, it's working. And let me tell you the one difference maker, that if Turo was to stop doing this thing, then Turo is really dead. That's insurance claims, insurance payout. As we speak right now, I'm waiting on them to send me the paperwork so I can forward the title back for my 2014 INFINITI Q50 that was just totaled out over New Year's. And the process by itself was easy because Turo was there to assist me with it. So that's another reason Turo can't be dead. They actually help out with these processes. Like, my car got crashed in New York. I'm here in Georgia. The tow yard over there tried to extort because they know insurance companies pay high money. So Turo took care of that. That's a topic for a whole nother video. But I still have cars that are on Turo. I have about 4 or 5 economy cars out right now. I have one of my SUVs out. And around this time, I usually sell cars off. So after tax season, when car prices go down, I'll pick more cars up. But due to that one reason, which is insurance payouts, Turo cannot be dead. Because that Q50, that 2014 Q50, I bought it from the auction at the end of 2022, and I paid about 12 grand for the car. It was a 2014, or it is a 2014, and at the time when I bought it, it had like 120 on it, and I bought it from the auction. So the car just got totaled out. I've been renting it for 2 years. It's made that money on Turo, 12 grand. And I also had a lady I was rented directly to, because I do direct rentals also. I just don't do it as much. So the car made its money back. It got totaled out a couple weeks ago, and Turo just said they're gonna pay me out $12,000 for the car. So it's not my first or second or third time, fourth time doing this. If you've been following me, you see I made a couple of videos about it, and I pretty much rented the car for 2 years, and they're giving me that money back in the form of an insurance claim. So I'm getting the money right back. All the money I made the last 2 years, I get to pocket everything. And that's what makes Turo unique. And as long as Turo keeps paying out these insurance checks, it can't really be dead. Because even if you do direct rentals, dealing with these insurance companies is a headache, it's a nightmare. And the one part people don't talk about when they talk about direct rentals is, if the person rents the car from you, they're covered. But what happens if they give the keys to somebody else and somebody else drives the car? Then at that time, the other person is not covered, the insurance is gonna try to deny it. Turo does not do that. It doesn't matter if somebody else is driving. As long as you did your checking procedure right, everything was right, they're gonna cover you. So when Turo stops paying out those insurance checks, then Turo might be dead. Like, you see this other car right here? Let me flip the camera around. This car right here is on my hire car fleet. I do have some cars also that I rent on hire car. So hire car is, I'm not gonna lie, they're a trash company. They got a lot of rentals and people book because they use the cars for DoorDash and things like that. And the payout is similar to Turo as far as the revenue split, but the insurance on hire car, they take forever to pay out, bro. I got a car sitting back there, it's been like 2 months and I'm still going through insurance claim. I don't have to deal with that with Turo. And this car right here, my INFINITI M37, this was also totaled out on Turo. And I made a video about that a few months ago. I kept the car, I bought it back from Turo, but it was totaled out because of this right here, this thing. And this is another unique part about Turo. Just this damage alone might not have totaled the car out, but the guests did that damage right there. They messed up the inside door panel. Their steering wheel was a little bit torn up. So they actually added the door damage and the steering wheel damage to the overall damage, which pushed it over the limit that they were willing to pay. And this is a 2012 INFINITI M37. I bought this car for about 10 grand or 11 grand. And same situation like the Q50. I rented this car. I rented the car out for a couple years and it totaled out and they gave me $12,000 for this car. And I bought this car back from them. I kept the car and I'm still using it. I'm still driving this car. This car right now, it has a rebuilt title because when you take the money from the insurance, it is a salvage title and you do have to get it rebuilt. Based on your state, they might have different regulations. In Georgia, I already got it rebuilt. So This car is still worth $5 grand right now. It only has 145,000 miles. Even though it has a rebuilt title, it still has 145,000 miles. I got this INFINITI QX56 right here that I bought it inoperable. It wasn't running. We put a transmission in this, and I'm into this for 10 grand. I've been renting it out for the last year, and that's my strategy, is to mostly do cash cars. So I'm not hurting for rentals. I'm not out here begging people to rent my car. But guess what? They still rent because I'm doing it at a good price. Like this right here, this Impala. This Impala's already paid itself off because somebody scratched up the whole car at one point, the right side of it. I got it fixed for $1,000, but the insurance gave me $4,000 check. No issues, no questions. And this is the last economy car that I have available for rent right now. My business is booming. And you see these lock boxes right here I use on the wall? I don't wait on customers to come pick the car up. People are not considerate of your time. They'll have you waiting on them. If you standing out somewhere waiting on somebody to pick your car up, then you're gonna be dead in the water. I put the lock boxes over there. As long as they confirm their ID, they pick the car up, it doesn't matter. The person who crashed that Q50, it wasn't a direct handoff. It was a remote handoff, meaning they confirmed their license and they picked the car up. There was no issues. I'm still getting paid 12 grand for the car. So it's hard to say the Turo is dead as long as the insurance keeps paying. Yes, there's some other little bullshit that they added in, like it's hard to be an all-star host now. You have to, as long as your car is listed, you have to accept the reservation and those things, but I can deal with those things as long as the insurance check keeps paying, then I'll keep adding it on. Another thing you guys are missing too, it could be a great addition to your business if you're using it to actually promote stuff. So like the shop over here, everybody that comes and picks a car up, now they know that not only do I sell cars, but I repair cars. And it can be used as a way to actually like promote your business. So if you have another side hustle, another business, you're trying to meet people, then, you know, let people know the other businesses that you're pushing. It's a great addition to that. So I've also gotten a lot of business from the Turo customers. They come here, they bought cars off me. They bought the cars that they rented on Turo. That's a great way to test drive a car. Rent it for a couple days, see if you like it. If you do like the car, then give me this amount for it. If you don't like the car, I still get paid for the rental. And if you need some work done on your car, I got you. If you need body work done, I don't do body work, but I got some other people that can help you out with that. So it could be like a networking thing or a promotion kind of thing. And then you're gonna have people like the person who got this GX35 right here. She just bought this car and the transmission was done. So this lady right here, we got her finance to fix this transmission, but somebody pretty much ripped her off and sold her a piece of crap car, and she bought the car for $3,800, but she got to drop us another $4,600 to fix this car. So she's saying that she wish that she knew that we sold cars, because, you know, she gets a good vibe from us and she knows that we wouldn't have sold her our car like that. So now she does know, and even though it wasn't a Turo guest, but if she needed a car, we could have rented her one of our cars since her car is in the shop. So it goes overall with my business. So that's the reason I'm still in Turo. And this year we are going to be expanding the fleet throughout the year. And I want to go get a $50,000 loan, because that's how I started out my business. I want to go to the bank, get $50,000, document the whole process, how many cash cars I'm going to buy from the auction for $50,000. I'm going to document when I put them on Turo, the income it's making, the insurance payouts, because I'm not going to lie, those be bigger than the actual income. Like I said, that Impala right there, somebody keyed the side of it, $4,000 payout. I fixed it for $1,000. That's $3,000. That car makes about $800 to $1,000, maybe $1,100 a month. So I got 3 months worth of revenue from that damage, and the car is still moving, it's still on the road. And even if it comes to a point where it gets totaled out, as long as I'm fixing it, then I'm still gonna get the total value of the car, like I said, from that Q50. So there are good things Turo has going, but the number one thing that Turo has going for itself is the insurance process and how easy it and seamless it is to work with them as far as paying out goes. Because we've done other insurance claims, and like the insurance companies, they try to like string you along. Not only do they not try to pay you and try to find ways to deny your claim, which Turo does have ways of denying your claims too, I'm not gonna lie. But as long as you're sending the car out with no check engine light, tires look good, no lights on the dash, then they're gonna pay out for that. So that's the number one thing Turo has going for it. As long as the insurance checks keep coming, it's hard to say that Turo is dead. But this is the crazy part, and I've said this in some of my other videos when I'm telling you guys how to start this business. You guys are going out there financing these cars, losing on depreciation, and then getting pissed when the car's not making a certain amount, especially when you tie your time to it and all those things. So it can be really difficult. You have to make sure you're purchasing under value. And I spent up to $15,000 on these cars. If you have, you know, a great angle, you can finance and make money, but you guys are just putting too much pressure on the actual Turo business and not thinking about the different ways that you can use the leads that Turo is providing you. Because even if you run a direct rental company, you're not going to be able to get more leads than Turo. They just put way too much money into marketing. So use those customers that Turo is sending you and see how best you can benefit from it. But for me, like I said, it goes into my business model altogether. The only thing I'm missing is my own body shop. If I had that, that would actually be like the icing on the top to where I could start, you know, doing these. But I have guys that give me great prices, so I don't need my actual shop and overhead because they do give me prices based on bulk work. So, no, for me, I'm still in this. If the cars aren't getting rented, which they do get rented, but if they was to sit for a few days here and there, I'm not tripping about it because I got other things going on, and my insurance is very cheap. The cars are paid off. There's no interest payments or any of those things. So if they sit, if it sits the whole month without getting rented, it costs me $100 because that's my insurance cost, which I've never had a car sit a whole month without getting rented. That's ridiculous. But the more you guys keep saying that Turo is dead, then, you know, the people who are still in it, they're just gonna make more money, because the people that are renting these cars, they're not going to go to Hertz and Enterprise. They're not going to drive to the airport. They're not going to go through all that. A lot of them can't, for whatever reason, rent from these companies, but they can still rent from Turo. So those customers, those people are not going anywhere. The economy is going to get rough this year. People can't afford cars. People are buying crappy cars like this one. So people are going to be having to rent. And actually, another video that I got coming out, which is my 2014 Malibu, a guy rented that car for like 11 or 12 months straight, and that car made like over 20 grand, and I bought the car for $4,000. So there's, you know, a lot of money to be made if you get one of these customers. You buying the cars for the right price, but don't be waiting on the customers to show up. Use remote handoffs. Make sure you're doing all your pictures right. But as long as the insurance checks keep coming, I can't really say Turo is dead. Now, if the insurance checks slow down or anything changes with that process with the protection plan, then I'll have to come back on here and let you guys know if it's worth it or not. But as far as right now, I still got cars on the platform, and I'm actually about to hit the auction and replace that Q50. They got sold out. They gave me 12 grand. And the other day I was looking at a Toyota RAV4. It's a 2017, 2018. And it had like 89,000 miles on it. A little bit of body damage, but I can get that fixed. So stay tuned to see which car that I do get to replace that Q50. And if I didn't earlier, let me put this. This is what the Q50, this is what it's made right here on Turo. And like I said, at one point, there was a lady renting this car directly for like 5 months, paying us $50 a day for this car. And this car does have a couple of insurance claims on it that we got paid out pretty good for it. Not this total loss situation, but just smaller damages that were still paid out nicely, because this is like an entry-level luxury car. So I'm happy overall. I'm not tripping about it. Turo isn't the easiest company to work with, but they're definitely a lot better than all these other rideshare platforms. And insurance-wise, they're number one from what I've seen. Even dealing directly with insurance companies is a headache. Turo makes the process easy, and they also pay up to $2,500 when your car gets towed to an impound yard, like my situation in New York, and I didn't have to come out of pocket for that. So that's my experience with it. Make sure you guys, what's up, man? Make sure you guys stay tuned for the video talking about that Chevy Malibu, and I'll probably make a video about this Q50 because I'm on a mission this year to drop 100 videos on this YouTube channel, and so far I'm a little bit behind, but I'm not giving up on it. So stick with your boy. I'll be back real soon for another video.